Everybody strap yourselves in because this is the battle of the ultimate bargain irons. I cannot wait to test these golf clubs. Golf clubs should not be expensive anymore, and this video is going to prove it. You see everyone, on this channel I love saving money. I'm a Yorkshireman and we do not like wasting money, especially on things that we enjoy, because if we enjoy them, they shouldn't cost too much money. Today I have two sets of irons which look incredibly similar and are also very similar in price. So the Takomos will run you $589. That comes down to around £472 at the time of filming. The Cali 01Ts, again very similar look, very similar name, will run you £449 at the time of filming. Which one is better and which one should you spend your hard-earned money on? We're going to kick things off in a par 3 here. We're going to test these both out on the golf course and in the Golf Sun Simulator for numbers, ball speed, distance and everything you want to know. So guys, subscribe if you enjoy these kind of videos. Right, wind off the right, 150 yard par 3, just a nice little chippy 8 iron. Cali 01T up first. Oh, I've caught that a little bit toey, and now he's going left. That wasn't the best strike I've ever had. It is flag high though, and for me these irons do look fantastic. They are a hollow body design. They're almost designed to look a little bit like a player's iron. Guys, comment below, would you like to see me test both of these irons against something a little bit more premium, maybe like a TaylorMade P770? I definitely think these two are reminiscent of the 770, a smaller blade design yet hollow body to give you that ultimate forgiveness, and also a forged element in there to give you that element of feel. Right, up next, the Takomo 101T. I love the look of this. I must admit, it does have a little edge, and by edge I mean leading edge, top line, blade length on the Cali. For me, it looks a little bit more, tiny bit more premium, maybe a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. That is all down to personal opinion, but I'll tell you what isn't down to personal opinion: performance. That's toey again. I've not hit two good shots there. That's a really good way to test forgiveness. You can see that's finished just on the left hand side, again flag high. Two very similar toey strikes there and two very similar results down that left side of the hole. You see there, 150 downwind. I've tried to take a little bit off them. I've not quite turned the club as I would want to. I've not quite held it off as I would want to. Let's go one tee back. Let's hit some full-blooded 8 irons now. The wind has actually changed now, brilliant. But I'm going to try and hit these as hard as I can and see what we can get. Oh, how good is that? Again, turning a little bit left, but a much better ball flight when I've committed to it, and that is front left-hand side of the green. I must admit, it is quite amazing how the names are so similar and the looks are similar. I'm not sure which one was around first. I tested the Takomo first last year, but I do love the look of both of these clubs. I think the real winner here is you guys at home. I think the real winner here is you guys at home for having such a great array of cheaper golf clubs to choose from now. And when I say cheaper, I don't mean cheaper, because cheap as a word makes them sound bad. Probably budget? No, budget sounds bad as well. Bargain, that's the word we'll go with, bargain. Right, come on, same swing, nice draw. The top line is thicker on the Cali, there's no doubt about it. If that's what you like, you will enjoy that. If not, maybe not. That's the first proper strike I've had. That was munched. I think it has got caught up in the wind though. That again is just front side of the green, so realistically there, some very similar shots. You can see that green kind of littered with, well, some good misses we'll call them. Let's jump on the next hole, let's hit some long irons. We'll compare these. Remember, we're going to jump in the simulator as well to see how they do compare for numbers. That's going to be mega interesting. Very similar clubs. The party piece for me here, we both have KBS shafts, we have Lamkin Crossline grips. These are exactly the same components and they are premium components as well. That's exactly what you do want out of a set of irons. Let's get up there and test the long irons. I have just realised that the entirety of this video, my hat's had a big indent in it because I did this while filming a previous video. A fair test, how can you compare a golf club with just one off each tee? You can't. So, make of that what you will, but I'm now aware of it. Thank you. Okay, so as you can see here, 2 balls in the fairway, 2 balls in the rough. We're now going to test the long irons, see exactly what we get out of these, both the Takomo and the Cali. We'll go Cali first out of the rough. Rough balls first, I think. So again, looking down, it's quite a thick, chunky top line. The ball's a little bit above my feet here as well. Do start to kind of prefer the look of the Takomos. Just based on, if you look at the top lines of these, I feel like probably a little bit more care has gone into the design of the Takomo on the right hand side there. You can see it's shimmied off a little bit more rounded, whereas the Cali is a little bit more kind of box shaped and sharper on top. For me, that is kind of the big main difference here. You can also see a little bit of a difference in offset, a touch less offset on the Takomo as well, so that's going to suit my eye because I don't really want that offset. I fight the left shot anyway, as you saw on the opening par 3. That one's going, that's turned over in the rough. Not a great ball striking display from me today. I'm quite happy to do that when testing irons like this to see just how forgiving really are they. Right, Takomo out the rough. I'm trying to put the same swing on. The ball's above my feet, so it does make this shot difficult. A lot easier to launch. It's still gone left on me. 2 very similar strikes. Takomo's gone a little bit further, it's closer to flag high. You'll see just how similar those 2 strikes were, both a little bit high out the toe and just a little bit more launch from the Takomo. Let's go fairway now. I'll go Takomo first. Come on, let's have a straight one, James. Not very good today. There we go. There we go. So easy to get up in the air, that. And that is front right of the green. With the Takomo, let's go Cali, let's see what we can do. Can't wait to get in the simulator and see what differences these clubs do have. Guys, get in the comments below, which ones would you be going for out of these 2 bargain iron sets? Again, lower. I don't mind it with this shot, but certainly, and that is up there as well, 2 very, very, I'm going to put out there 2 good shots there with the 5 irons from the shorter grass. Takomo certainly easier to launch. They're going to have very similar technology in here. You can see both very similar design, both hollow bodied with that little excess in the toe there, but 2 different ball flights. Guys, comment below, which one would you go for? Okay, before we test the pitching wedge, which is the scoring club in this set for me, this is a club which often gets overlooked. Let's jump on the Golf Sun Simulator, let's test those mid irons for ball speed, spin rate, distance, carry distance, total distance, everything you would want. Then let's jump back out here and have a little closest to pin to settle this once and for all. Okay guys, we are now inside the Golf Sun Simulator. I have the 8 irons here, both the Takomo 101Ts and the Cali 01Ts. Very, very similar names, very similar looking clubs. Let's see just what happens when we test these head to head for numbers. We'll kick things off with the Takomo. I'll put the Cali out of the way there. And I'm looking for forgiveness here. I'm looking for how much spin rate can we get. And I'm kind of looking for what consistency can we have. So I've already mentioned looking down, I sort of just about prefer the look of the Takomos, a little bit more rounded, a little bit more sleeker, should I say. Straight away, that is a lovely strike off the bat with the 8 iron. I'd expect that to carry around 150 yards. 152. So the big thing here is I know exactly what is happening. I've already mentioned as well in this video, exactly the same shafts, exactly the same grips. What more would you want from budget golf clubs? And I think it's fantastic these brands are bringing us these clubs. Pulled that one a little bit. I would anticipate that to go a little bit longer, maybe carrying up to 155. Oh, 157. But the fact that I can call these in the air is really, really nice for me. That one spun at 7,019. So again, pretty good numbers. Really pleased with how these are going actually. Let's go a couple more with the Takomo. Really nice strike again. That's the best one of the lot. Again, I would anticipate a 155 there. I've struck it really good. 157 again. I'm going to start saying 157 instead of 155 because this is generally what I am seeing. That one's spun at 6.8, a little bit lower for an 8 iron, but remember, these are a hollow body, more forgiving kind of iron. Right. They do look so good. That one is long because I've pulled that. That'll be 160 yards in the air. No problem, probably spinning around 5 and a bit. 160, called it. Chris is here and he's seeing that spun at 7,000, so it still held on to its spin a little bit there. So Kali 01T, and as I've already said out on the golf course, a little bit thicker top line, tiny bit longer blade length for me. Feels a touch shorter in the shaft as well, so I'd be interested to see just what difference we see here. But again, it's a really solid feeling product. I don't mind that at all. Leaking a touch right, is that going to be up the 150 mark? 151, so straight away a tiny bit shorter than the Takomo. It did feel a little bit, not quite as powerful actually, but spinning at 8,000 on the dot, so I quite like to see that with an 8 iron. That's probably one of the best golf swings I've put on a shot in quite some time. Chris is in awe over in the corner. 157.94, so I think we really are comparing two very similar products here, and it might well just come down to how much do you like the look of them, how much do you like the branding of them, how much do you want to see a different logo in your bag. That's that kind of low pull that I did hit a couple of times with the Takomo. I'm really pleased I've hit that. You can see 151 carry, so again we're just dropping a tiny bit of ball speed. It's maintaining its spin quite well, and the big thing for me here is I want to see how these compare on miss hits. Yes, you can do that out on the golf course, but it's a lot easier in here on the Golf Zone Sim. That's the best shot I've hit with the Kali. Is that going to be up there on a 160 carry like I got with the Takomo? It is 158, so again, pretty solid numbers. Last shot with this Kali 01T. I think the real winner here is golf. Even if I am going to find one that I prefer the look of, the feel of, or the performance of, golf is coming out the winner, and us guys who want a little bit more cheaper clubs. I've absolutely ripped that one. That felt really, really, really good, and that's travelled 160.22 yards in the air. Let's have a look at the averages and we will compare them to the ones of the Takomo. So as you can see, 155.7 yards average with the Kali T carry as opposed to 155.5 with Takomo. 161 total 0.1, exactly the same as with the Takomo. We've got very, very similar ball speeds, and spin rate, we've got 300 revs per minute in it. Guys, that is exceptional results for me with both these clubs. Let's get back out on the golf course and see if we can get a true winner. That's not golf and not me and you. Okay, just how ridiculous is it those numbers were so similar? Two very similar golf clubs providing very similar performance. Now for me, looking at these pitching wedges, again, I like the look of both of them. The Kali 01T looking a little bit more industrial, whereas the Takomo Iron 101 looking probably a little bit more premium, to be honest. And again, that top line just proving to be a little bit of the difference for me there, together with the little bit of offset difference you do see in these clubs. We now have 110 yards into the wind, quite a strong wind now actually. I'm going to try and play these clubs down, see how versatile they can be. One chance and one chance only for the nearest to pin. Takomo first. I've hit that really good. Go on. As you can see, lovely high ball flight. Didn't quite manage to keep it down as I would have wanted though. Let's go Kali 01T and see if it can take it. Lovely divot there with the Takomo as well. Squarer leading edge on the Kali, definitely. If you like that, you'll like the look of this. Again, a high one. Not my best ball striking display today, I must be honest. But then again, for people who are wanting the best bargain irons, do you want irons that are going to perform well when you're not quite swinging at your best? Guys, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to call that closest to pin a dead heat because I missed a green with both of them. Two not very good golf swings there. But for me, the real winner here, like I said, is golf. I think it's fantastic. We do have these more bargain options now. I really do like the Takomo, I like the feel of them, I like the sound of them, I like the look of them, but I love what Kali are trying to do by making them look a little bit more industrial. Two very, very similar clubs, really struggling to pick from them. If I had to choose a winner, I would probably go Takomo just based on that feel element and that top line element looking at all these clubs. Guys, get in the comments below, which club would you go for in 2023 if you were in the market for this set of bargain irons?